Hi, this is Rich Gold, RogueSniperPaintball.com. Today is not May 1st, 2011. It will be when you see this. I lost my camera stand, and this is April's update. This month's title should be Projects I Can Do with Little Money, or Projects I've Been Putting Off. I had to work with what I had lying around. I picked up some metal that I needed badly. A stick of 1 1/4 angle, 1 1/2 square tube, and a chunk of 4-inch steel pipe, amongst other things. One of the first projects I did was to cut my chain guides. I recovered a couple of chunks of an old bathroom stall door made from UHMW plastic. I cut it down on the table saw and cleaned it up with a mill bit. It'll make a nice slick surface for my chain to ride on in the chain guard, along with keeping it centered. One of the main projects I've been putting off was the idle arm wheels in the transmission. The way I was going to build them was going to cost an arm and a leg. So what did I have laying around that was free? Skateboard wheels. I was planning on using these to hold down the turret, but first come first serve. I cut them the width, and using a jig, I made 2.5-inch washers out of aluminum sheet. These are just to keep the wheels centered on the chain. Using the same jig, I drilled the washers and skateboard wheels and assembled them with bolts. The wheels are pretty durable and won't do any damage to the chain. In the process of making the washers, I had a little mishap. The next image may be a little graphic. As you can see, I nipped the tip of my finger with a cutting wheel on the angle grinder. Looks worse than it is. If you really need to see it, I've put in a link in the description. Just one more reason to wear gloves when using power tools. I also worked on many other projects, most of which I wasn't ready to build, so nothing else was completed. I finished both of the control rods for the control arms. I mounted the turret control switch into one of the handles of the control arms, and I made a plastic cap to cover the end of the handle and the wires that protruded out the back side of the handle. I also made a plastic wire guide for the control arm wires that go into the handle. It took several attempts to make these, and took up a lot of time. I then cleaned up the gun elevation motor and sprocket and gave them a couple coats of paint. I also came across a mini pickaxe. It's almost exactly half scale in size. It even has US stamped into the side. Only 4 more half scale tools to go. As you can see, I found my camera stand. It was right where I left it. I really didn't start working on the tank until the end of this month. I planned on having the control arms done for this video, but I spent all Friday working on my beast of a lawn tractor. It still won't run. Added to that, I worked at the racetrack Saturday and today. Hopefully next month will be more productive. I'll see you then.